I wonder if you can guess who I am.
Can you give me a hint?
I'm Baby Jane Hudson.
We're about to uncover Hollywood's darkest chapters, delving into controversial stories and whispered scandals. These actresses made headlines not only for their talent and beauty, but also for their audacity and intrigue. Join me as I reveal my picks for the 10 most infamous actresses in Hollywood history.
What do you expect me to think? Why don't you tell me?
Number 10, Bette Davis. With a gaze that could stop time, Bette Davis never shied away from confrontation. Legend has it that she once told a persistent admirer, "I'd love to kiss you, but I just washed my hair." Her sass was truly legendary. Let's now delve into the layers of Bette Davis' audacious charm, where her boldness often straddled the line between audacity and impertinence. Davis's career was a roller coaster of formidable characters, mirrored by an equally fierce personality. Her on-screen intensity spilled over into her personal life, where she adopted a no-nonsense approach that both captivated audiences and left those around her on edge. Known for her unfiltered candor, Davis's interviews were a masterclass in candor. Her refusal to conform to Hollywood's expectations of demure femininity marked her as both a trailblazer and, depending on whom you asked, a formidable presence. Davis's confrontations were the stuff of legend. Stories abound of clashes with directors over scripts and disagreements with co-stars that played out in the public eye. Her dedication to her craft sometimes overshadowed any concern for diplomacy. But Davis's assertiveness wasn't limited to witty retorts. On set, she was notorious for challenging decisions she disagreed with, whether it was a particular line in the script or a costume choice. Her insistence on her vision sometimes led to tensions that some felt bordered on malice. Number 9, Dorothy Dandridge. She was a trailblazer who broke barriers as the first African-American woman to be nominated for a Best Actress Oscar. But her journey was marred not only by the pervasive racism of her time, but also by the complexities of her personal life, which contributed to a reputation for being perceived as distant and occasionally aloof. In an era resistant to diversity, Dandridge's rise to fame was a monumental achievement, overshadowed by the relentless pressures of being a pioneer. Battling industry prejudice, she often found herself isolated both on and off the set. Reports circulated of Dandridge appearing distant on set, deeply immersed in her craft, but inadvertently distancing herself from her colleagues. Her relentless determination to establish herself as a serious actress sometimes led to a solitary focus that could be misconstrued as arrogance or indifference. Dandridge's personal life was fraught with challenges: failed marriages, financial difficulties, and battles with mental health, which undoubtedly influenced her behavior on set. There were moments when she withdrew from interactions, giving the impression of aloofness, but she was often battling personal demons behind the scenes. As opportunities for meaningful roles eluded her, Dandridge's frustration grew. In her later years, faced with the decline of her career and limited professional prospects, she became more guarded and selective in her interactions. This reinforced perceptions of her as aloof and obscured the complexity of her personal and professional struggles. Number 8, Katharine Hepburn. With her fierce independence and disdain for Hollywood conventions, Hepburn often left directors and co-stars scratching their heads. One of her frequent quips, "I'm a personality as well as an actress. Show me an actress who isn't a personality, and you'll show me a woman who isn't a star." Let's enter the vivacious world of Katharine Hepburn, where her audacity and unfiltered frankness graced the screen. Hepburn's career was a tapestry of strong-willed characters that mirrored her off-screen persona of unwavering tenacity. Her defiance of Hollywood norms not only established her as a trailblazer, but also occasionally positioned her as a challenge to those around her. In interviews, Hepburn's wisdom resonated with her rebellious nature. Her refusal to conform extended beyond her roles to her very essence, an unapologetic individual who thrived in a world that often favored conformity. As she famously remarked, "If you follow all the rules, you miss all the fun." Stories abound of Hepburn's clashes with directors and co-stars. Her unwavering dedication to her craft often led to disagreements on the set. Some described her as difficult, while others admired her as a force of nature, determined to break free from the constraints of Hollywood. Number 7. Gloria Swanson. She was never one to fade quietly into obscurity. Her journey from the pinnacle of silent film glory to the challenges of the talkies was marked by moments of defiance and stubbornness that resonated louder than any on-screen dialogue. Swanson's commanding presence in silent films cemented her as a queen of the screen. But when Hollywood turned to talking pictures, she struggled to adapt. The frustration of a waning career contributed to a reputation that was at times less than favorable. There were reports of Swanson's resistance to the evolving filmmaking techniques. During the transition to sound, she often clashed with directors and studio executives, advocating methods and styles that were considered outdated. This clash between tradition and innovation cemented her reputation as a difficult person to work with on set. An infamous incident during a talkie screen test, in which Swanson is reported to have complained, "We had faces back then," epitomized her resistance to technological change. This dramatic outburst underscored her reluctance to embrace new industry standards and reinforced her image as a diva, unwilling to yield to progress. As her career declined, Swanson's interactions with colleagues became increasingly strained. Her reluctance to adopt modern filmmaking practices led to constant conflict and earned her a reputation for making impractical and outdated demands. Number 6. Mae West, a sensation in every sense of the word. Known for her sultry one-liners, West was as unapologetic off-camera as she was on. Legend has it that she was once thrown out of a Hollywood party for her daring behavior. Imagine that. Let's explore the whirlwind world of Mae West, where her daring and audacity left a lasting mark on Hollywood. West's career was a carnival of wit, charm, and audacity. Her fearless approach to both her on-screen and off-screen persona made her a magnetic force in an era often constrained by convention. In interviews, West dazzled with bold statements and unabashed expressions of her liberated lifestyle. Her refusal to conform to societal norms positioned her as both a trailblazer and, at times, a scandalous figure. Legend has it that West's penchant for provocative remarks and unfiltered frankness once got her escorted out of a Hollywood gathering. The details remain as mysterious as her appeal, but the incident became emblematic of her defiance of conformity. On set, West's interactions with directors and fellow actors were infused with her trademark sass. She fearlessly challenged script choices and pushed boundaries with her characters. While some admired her boldness, others found her approach blunt and challenging. Number 5. Myrna Loy. She was known for her intolerance of nonsense. While she exuded sophistication and charm on screen, behind the scenes, her no-nonsense attitude and exacting standards earned her a reputation for abrasiveness among some in the industry. Loy's career was marked by an unparalleled grace that endeared her to audiences as a beloved Hollywood icon. However, her real-life persona occasionally diverged from the polished characters she portrayed. She was not afraid to speak her mind, especially about her craft. Stories circulated of her reprimanding directors who changed her character without consulting her, underlining her unwavering commitment to artistic integrity. Loy's refusal to tolerate what she perceived as incompetence or disrespect sometimes led to confrontations on set. Whether challenging fellow actors, directors, or crew members, she held fast to her high standards. While many admired her dedication to her craft, others found her approach uncompromising and occasionally harsh. As Loy's career progressed, her reputation for outspokenness remained prominent. While she was admired for her professionalism, some found her blunt honesty difficult to navigate. Number 4. Faye Dunaway. She was an actress whose performances matched the intensity of the whispers surrounding her off-screen persona. With a reputation for sass and occasional severity, Dunaway carved out her own unique niche in Hollywood. Join us as we uncover the stories that hint at the Queen of Noir's moments of perceived audacity. The woman who immortalized Bonnie Parker wasn't always one to accept the spotlight with a smile. Dunaway's interviews suggest a woman deeply committed to her craft above all else. While her dedication to her work was laudable, stories of her stern demeanor often accompanied her tales of artistic brilliance. Rumors swirled about Dunaway's interactions with directors and co-stars. Some claimed that her assertiveness occasionally crossed the line into what some found offensive. From disputes over set design to clashes over script interpretation, the Queen of Noir was known for her unwavering determination. Dunaway's quest for perfection extended beyond her lines. There were accounts of tense moments on set where her devotion to her characters led to confrontations with those around her. While some found her difficult to work with, others admired her fearless pursuit of excellence. Over the years, Dunaway's legacy has remained intertwined with stories of her no-nonsense approach. While her performances won acclaim, whispers of occasional rigidity continued to haunt her career. Number 3, Loretta Young, the poised starlet with a relentless pursuit of perfection. Known for her sharp tongue and exacting standards, Young didn't hesitate to call out anyone who fell short, earning her a reputation as Hollywood's own perfectionist. Let's peel back the layers of this demanding star. Young's career blossomed during Hollywood's golden age, and her rise to stardom was swift. But beneath the glamour lay a fierce determination for excellence that informed her interactions both on and off the set. Behind the scenes, stories abounded of Young's demanding nature. Known for her meticulous attention to detail, from wardrobe choices to script revisions, she earned admiration for her dedication while challenging colleagues who struggled to meet her high standards. Stories circulated of Young's clashes with directors and fellow actors. If a scene didn't meet her exacting criteria, she wasn't afraid to express her dissatisfaction. Such incidents reinforced her image as a starlet with a sharp tongue who was not afraid to assert her expectations. Over the years, Young's reputation for uncompromising perfection has endured. In an industry where compromise is often necessary, her refusal to settle for anything less than her vision strained relations with some directors and producers. Number 2, Vivien Leigh. Her name evoked both beauty and tragedy. As the star of Gone with the Wind, she won worldwide acclaim, but behind the scenes she struggled with personal demons that often spilled onto the set and strained relationships with cast and crew. It's a poignant story of a star whose brilliance dimmed too soon, overshadowed by the shadows of her personal struggles. Leigh's portrayal of Scarlett O'Hara cemented her as a Hollywood icon, but off-screen she struggled with challenges that affected her professional life. She once remarked, "I am not a film star, I am an actress. Being a film star is such a false life, lived for false values and for publicity." Leigh's words reflected her deep awareness of the superficiality of fame, which set her apart, but also contributed to tensions within the industry. Reports circulated of Leigh's erratic behavior on set. Colleagues recalled instances of emotional outbursts and moments of instability that disrupted film productions. While these incidents were attributed to personal struggles, they also added to the perception that she was difficult to work with. Leigh's personal struggles often spilled over into her professional life, causing disruptions and strained interactions with fellow actors and crew members. At a time when mental health issues were poorly understood and inadequately addressed in Hollywood, the impact on her on-set dynamics was palpable. Number 1, Hedy Lamarr. More than just a stunning face, she was an inventor ahead of her time. Yet her insistence on being taken seriously often clashed with Hollywood's expectations, leading to whispers and perceptions of arrogance. Lamarr's arrival in Hollywood was marked by her captivating beauty, which catapulted her to instant stardom. Beneath the glamorous exterior, however, she possessed a keen intellect hungry for recognition beyond appearances. Reports circulated of Lamarr's straightforwardness, especially when discussing her inventions and ideas. She didn't hesitate to challenge colleagues and industry professionals who belittled her contributions, resulting in confrontations that were perceived as sharp. There were times when she disagreed vehemently with directors and co-stars, refusing to compromise on her artistic vision. While some admired her dedication to her craft, others saw this as an unwillingness to collaborate. From sass to sassiness, boldness to wickedness, these divas had it all. They defied the conventions and expectations of their era, leaving behind a legacy of unforgettable performances and compelling stories. Stay tuned for more stories of old Hollywood's most fascinating and formidable women. We'll be back soon.